What's going on, everybody, and welcome to today's ACSA content. We are rocking through week 5, where for many conferences around the ACSA, we see conference play beginning, but we're going to start things off in the Sunshine Conference, named in the ACSA official Discord, linked in the description, as the Virginia Athletic Conference. Teams all from the state of Virginia in the Sunshine Conference. And we're going to start with Northern Virginia, who is projected to be one of the favorites to win the conference this season. Go on the road to play against the University of Southern Virginia of Danville. And we got a good game here. We got a few other good games elsewhere. It's going to be a good one, man. So make sure you smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you happen to be brand new to the channel. We are on the road to 1K. And speaking of being on the road, there is, Northern Virginia looking a little shaky early on. Midway through this first quarter, nobody getting any points on the board just yet, but the Southern Virginia Danfield, the Red Stain, getting their first good drive going of this ball game. They might be the first team to get points on the board, as Smith does throw across his body, go to the left-hand side, get it out to Williams for a first down. A gain of 12 that puts them just outside the red zone. As now, another throw to the right-hand side. This time to Swance. I don't know how he managed to solve that. This man was looking like he's getting ready to scramble and then just flips it with the wrist. If Mahomes did that in like a real game or even in Madden, we would all be going crazy. But Southern Virginia Danville quarterback just calling it luck for now. As now, 2nd and 7. Smith scrambling around. He gets hit. And he is lit up like a Christmas tree as well, but is able to get himself back up. But the Red Stain are facing a 3rd and long, though. Smith needs to make a play. Gonna have to try to scramble, and he gets sacked again. And so the Northern Virginia defense holds. And the Red Stain do strike first, but they're only managed to get a field goal. Oh, that could change a long throw downfield to Toto Tutu. Pretty sure I just butchered that name, but it's all good and well, because it's a huge gain for the Red Stain, as they look to get back on track, try to gain ground in the Sunshine Conference. Quite a few games behind, despite it being in the early stages of the season. As they'll throw to the left-hand side, go to Hollis. He's forced out of bounds inside the 4. But can they punch it into the end zone this time? Going to Costin, who gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Danville. And the Red Stain taking it to the Angels early on, with a 10-0 lead in this ball game. But now we'll see what these Angels can do, man. Cut it to the second half. Neither team really able to do much right now. Down 10-0. The Angel offense just not getting much going right now. As we got 3rd and 4. Hamilton dropping back on a throw. This one over the middle. Finds McDormand over the middle for a huge first down. Good defense, but just an even better throw. Sometimes there just isn't any defense out there to beat the perfect throw. And there's a case right there as they go back to McDormand for another touchdown. North Virginia gets on the board for the very first time today. But look at this. They decide to go for 2. Don't know if it's worth it, and they almost get it as well. Should have been a caught football, but the pass was dropped, and so the 2-point conversion does end up being no good. And so Southern Virginia still holds the lead, a 10-6 ball game. The Angels need to score another touchdown in order to take the lead for the very first time today. But for now, Danville looks to extend this lead to make it a 2-possession ball game once again, as Smith will try to go upfield, try to run it on the quarterback keeper. Does get hit from behind, but picks up 7 yards. A good quarterback run for this Danville offense. As just in general, they're doing a really good job of establishing the run game. Feels like Southern Virginia Danville has been doing a good job of establishing the run and controlling the time of possession, so far in this ball game. As there is a 7-yard gain on that one. As now, 2nd and 3. Smith dropping back, gonna throw to the left-hand side. He's wide, butt naked, open, and gets it to Hollis, who has some room to work with, and then eventually gets caught from behind. And now it's basically goal line situation. First down marker on the 1-yard line. But that won't be necessary, though, as he finds Ferns in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Red Stain. And Southern Virginia Danville opens things back up 17-6. I am surprised that they are doing such a good job of controlling this ball game. There's another throw that goes for a big gain. A 25-yard gain that takes them to midfield. And now, following the big play, 1st and 10, going to Costin, slivering his way through, able to find 5 yards. A nice run for running back Costin. Not costing anything, as a student athlete, of course. And Smith, right-hand side, going to try to get it to his receiver, but that's dropped as well. So an incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 5 now. Smith looking around, going to try to throw it to the right-hand side again. He finds his tailback. Nobody accounting for him out of the backfield. And another 1st down. That keeps his thing rolling. But 3rd and 7, the drive starts to stall out, and it does just that. So the Red Stain now are up 20-6. But putting Northern Virginia in a tough position though, down by multiple touchdowns. This is the same team, by the way, that nearly beat, a top 5 squad in the capital of Tennessee. And now they're struggling within their own conference to begin conference play. We might see an upset here, if Northern Virginia can't pick it up here in this final quarter of play. But of course, Northern Virginia does start to get itself together a little bit, getting into the red zone once again. 2nd time in the 2nd half. It's now 1st and 10. Hamilton going to go ahead and slide down to avoid the big shot. Love teeing off on this quarterback if they can. It's now 2nd and 4, going to the right-hand side. Gets it to Reed, who is brought down the 4-yard line. 1st down, Angels. As they're driving to make this a 1-score game. Hamilton going to the left-hand side. Goes to Vasey, who gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Angels. And Northern Virginia, just like that, does make it a 1-possession game. But they're going to try to go for the 2-point conversion again. They failed the last time, but this time they fumbled the football. Danville recovers, but it doesn't matter. Either way, the conversion is not successful. And so, Northern Virginia has the football once again. An 8-point lead. Could have been only a 6-point game if they just went for the extra point in both times. But, that it is what it is. As it is a 1st down for the Red Stain. So let's see what they can do. 1st and 10. Smith on the right-hand side going to Ferns, who's able to spin up field and get the 1st down as well. A 13-yard gain on that one that takes him to about the 48-yard line. As now we'll go back at it. 1st and 10 again to Costin. Taking it to the right-hand side. Makes a couple defenders miss. He's got a lane to work with. Can anyone catch him? No, he cannot. He is gone. Touchdown. Red Stain. A great run. 4 broken tackles, leading to 1 touchdown. And Southern Virginia now in control, 27-12. But look at this. Next possession, they throw an interception. A play that could potentially get Northern Virginia back into this ball game. They gotta execute on this drive though. If they don't score, this game is likely over, given how Danville has controlled the ball in this football game in general. As we have 3rd and 10 coming up. Hamilton going to try to throw to the right-hand side. Gets it to Thomas, but it is no good. Does not get the 1st down. They decide to punt away, trust the defense. Does not work. And Southern Virginia Danville gets their 1st win of the inaugural season. So with all that being said and done, it is time to cut it back over to the Super South Conference. We got some interesting games going on over here as we see the number 11 team in the nation, Chattanooga Tech, going on the road to play against the Erlanger Barons. And I'll tell you what, Chattanooga Tech, what I have been told, has becoming a dark horse in the Super South Conference. But we're going to see it here. Erlanger, not the best team in the conference for sure. They might be the worst team on paper, actually. But, they still are a solid team, and they can still give anyone in the Super South Conference a hard time. So, with that being said, we'll see what they can do, as there's an interception thrown to Morton of Chattanooga Tech. And the first drive of the game for the Fighting Bass starts off in positive territory. You love to see that, especially when you're the favorite. Erlanger, on the other hand, does need to get a stop. Gotta get a win on defense. Even forcing a field goal would certainly go a very long way right now. As now, 2 plays later, 2nd and 9. Gonna try to throw it over the middle. It's incomplete. And Erlanger doing what they need to do. Get him to a 3rd and long, as they are more run heavy. But look at this. A wide open man on the right side of the field. And not only do they get the 1st down, but they also get the touchdown. So Chattanooga Tech strikes first. And they're quickly, establishing themselves in this ball game. Already up 10-0 right now. Erlanger has struggled at some points. They did start off promising 2-0 to begin the season. But since, man, they're on a 2-game losing streak right now, and given how they're playing right now, they might be a 3-game losing streak coming on the way if they don't get their act together soon. It's now 1st and 10. The Hennessy going to the right-hand side, finds Simon, and he had all the space in the world to work with, but stepped out of bounds. But the drive will still continue. It's nearly intercepted, but a roughing the passer gives it a automatic 1st down. And it's half the distance to the goal line. And they quickly convert on it as well. Another touchdown for the Fighting Bass. And it quickly comes, an insurmountable league that Erlanger might have trouble dealing with, as Erlanger, the offense, just simply can't get anything going right now. They have certainly ridden the struggle bus as of right now, as Hennessy throws to the right-hand side following that fumble recovery. Sellers nearly gets into the end zone as well, but he is stopped at the 1-yard line. The 1-yard line monster made famous by GG9. Hennessy going to throw to the right-hand side later on, a couple plays later, and finds Johnson in the end zone again. Another touchdown for Chattanooga Tech, and they cruise easily to win this game by a final score of 33-0. The Fighting Bass continue to be undefeated, whereas Erlanger is under 500 for the first time this season. And now for the final game of this triple header, we have the #1 team in the nation in University of Alabama Hoover going on the road to play against the Little Rock Yellow Jackets, who are also undefeated. But despite being undefeated and being in one of the best conferences in all of college football, they are not ranked yet. So Little Rock certainly going to be looking for some respect, as they go to the right-hand side, get to Lassiter, who does make a decent gain of 7 on that one. As now we got a 3rd down coming up. Stevens dropping back, gonna have to scramble as UAH pressure was right in front of his face, was somehow able to get it out of there. And now they bring it back, another 1st and 10. Stevens going to the right-hand side, gets to the Lassiter, who only has one more man to beat, and he gets shoved out of bounds. But not before crossing the 40-yard line. Little Rock got something brewing, as on their next play, they got shotgun, 5 wide. Stevens breaking a tackle, getting away from a safety, breaks another tackle. No one else is going to be able to catch him, and Little Rock, the Yellow Jackets, will strike first, now leading the #1 team in the nation on their very first possession. But now we see University of Alabama Hoover, and we see someone who's potentially could be a player of a year candidate when it's all said and done, and Xavier Toback, who is the starting quarterback for the Panthers in this ball game. But he's got a good set of guys as well around him. He's got a trio of wide receivers that are tied, for 2nd place in most touchdown catches in the ACSA. So he's got a bunch of weapons to work with, and he's got a phenomenal quarterback as well on his Panthers offense. We'll see how Little Rock handles it, though, as Toback forces a scramble out of the pocket again. 6-yard gain. And Toback does have some mobility, but Little Rock's best chance to win is going to force Toback to get out of the pocket, because if he has time to throw, it is game over for Little Rock. But for now, Little Rock is doing a good job with its game plan, getting him out of the pocket. At least trying its best to take away one of the, many weapons that this Panther offense has. As they're still driving, 3rd and 2. Toback going to Johnson, going to take it up the right-hand side for the 1st down. Panthers nearing the red zone coming up here, as they're on the 23-yard line now. 1st and 10 again. Toback looking around, finds Liddick. He only has one more man to beat, but can't shake the wimpy tackler. 1st down for the Panthers. 1st and goal coming up, as Toback is going to actually scramble. Can he get into the end zone? He's just shy. Brought down at the 2-yard line, as a couple plays later got 3rd and goal. Gonna get to the backup, running it, and Alves, who dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. And the #1 team in the nation strikes back, tying this ball game at 7 apiece. And now here we go, midway through the second quarter now that we're cutting to. Both teams trading blows, feeling each other out. Gotta give it to Little Rock. They are not intimidated at all, playing the #1 team in the nation, as there's a throw to the left-hand side to Dixon, who does get hit as soon as he catches the football. But it is a first down as he's able to hold on to it. It's now 1st and 10. Runs to the middle for Allen. Good try to find room and does do that to a degree. A gain of 5 yards. As now, next play, Stevens looking around. He's going to check this thing downfield. One-on-one matchup. And his receiver wins the one-on-one matchup. Touchdown, Little Rock. And the Yellow Jackets here at home, playing the #1 team in the nation, now are back ahead 14-7. And it might get better for Little Rock, because after a 3-and-out, Little Rock has a chance to make this a 2-score game, and they might do it. Lassiter has no one to beat, and he is gone like a girl in a country song. Touchdown, Little Rock once again. And now it's a 2-score game. Little Rock looking for respect, and they certainly are acting like it. They have certainly deserved it thus far, as they are playing the #1 team in the nation. They are playing them tough. Regardless of if they come back and win this game or not, you gotta give Little Rock their dues. They have to be in the top 25. But we might see a game-changing moment as their starting quarterback is out. Only for a few plays, but backup quarterback is in, so they're going to defer to the run for right now. See if we might see a few more hands-off while this backup quarterback is in. As Harbert, no, they're actually going to try to throw it. He's looking downfield. He's going to go ahead and scramble and pick up the first down. Took a shot himself, but is going to get him popped right back up. As Ian Harper's doing a nice job running the offense in the absence of Darian Steffens, who goes to the left-hand side now, goes to Allen for another first down. So nice set of plays for Ian Harper, the backup quarterback, as the starter is now back in. 1st and 10. Stevens dropping back, looking around, going to try to get out of a tackle. He does. It is brought down from behind for a nice gain. 2nd and manageable coming up now. As now, 2nd and 4. Stevens going to the right-hand side. Contested coverage and is nearly intercepted. Should have been picked off. And that was simply not the case. Now we'll go at it again. 3rd and 4. Going to Stevens up the middle for the first down on that play. So 3rd and 4 coming up. Gotta see if Little Rock can get this first down. And he's going to be just 1 yard shy. Little Rock will go ahead and settle for the field goal, but Little Rock still opening up the lead 24-7. And University of Alabama Hoover looking a little gun shy. This is the first time that we've seen them live, in this ACSA series. They've done really well in the simulated games, but, right now that has simply not been the case whatsoever, as there is a holding penalty on Chris Gardner that brings them back. And now 3rd and long. Stevens has to deal with, going to try to scramble, and he fumbles the football. And just like that, University of Alabama Hoover recovers it. And they'll look to get back into this game. Toback, Player of the Year candidate, going over the middle, tries to get it to his receiver, but he drops the football. And it could have been a first down, but the pass is dropped. And now here we go, 2nd and 10. Toback going up the middle. He has a man downfield, and he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers! And for the first time since the first quarter, the Panthers get back on the board and will even go for 2 points. Toback going to try to scramble it in, but it is not successful, however. The conversion will be no good. And so, Little Rock still has a 2-possession lead. As they do, Little Rock does have the football once again. Can they get some more points on the board? Can they keep it up? Can we see potentially one of the biggest upsets in college football, at least live in the ACSA series? We have seen multiple top 25 teams go down to unranked opponents in the games that we have broadcasted live on the channel. But seeing a #1 team lose would be the biggest upset in all of college football. But we'll see if that happens. 2nd and 8. Stevens going to hand it off to Allen. He's got plenty of running room. He gets through to the second level and is finally brought down at about, looks like the 41-yard line. So the Yellow Jackets still driving as 2 plays later, if it goes to the right-hand side to Daniel. Damn, Daniel, is that you with the white Vans as he got another big catch. It is now a couple plays later, 3rd and 5 now. We want to convert on this first down, and it's intercepted. Alabama Hoover will be able to get another extra possession. So let's see if they take advantage of it, but unfortunately they do not. So things aren't looking too good if you're an Alabama Hoover fan, as we might witness the #1 team in the nation, as we are officially just 1 quarter away from the upset being complete. We'll see if the Yellow Jackets can hang on. There's an illegal procedure on Little Rock that backs them up 5 yards. And so, 1st and 15 now, going to the right-hand side, goes to Lassiter, who does pick up the first down anyways, and almost gets even farther to the touchdown area. Was forced out of bounds, though. Still in the red zone, though, and they do inch closer, thanks to a 9-yard catch by Murphy. 2nd and 1 now coming up as Markeith Murphy does get his first catch of the day. We'll see if Allen, though, can pick up the first down, which he does actually do. And now, here we go, 1st and goal. If Little Rock scores a touchdown here, that could very well be the dagger. It could put this game too much out of reach for the University of Alabama Hoover. So Stevens dropping back. Speaking of which, he almost had his game-winning dagger right there, as he had a man but overshot him. And so this time, 3rd and 3, they're going to try to go for it. They get it to the right-hand side. Allen has the space, and he finds the end zone. And the upset is complete. Alabama Hoover loses, and it'll be interesting to see who becomes the new #1 team in the nation after this week. So after that insane upset that Little Rock just pulled off against the #1 team in the entire nation, let's go around the ACSA and check out some other scores, some more notable box scores over the course of week 5. Starting off in the Atlantic Shore Conference, we have the Warwick Rebels, who entered at #5 in the nation, actually narrowly avoid upset as South Carolina Tech gave them everything that the Rebels could handle. They only end up winning this game 15-9, narrowly avoiding the upset in the process on their home turf as well. University of Mid-Atlantic also continues to look very impressive in the early stages of the season. As we get to the midway point, they are still sitting at undefeated 5-0, thanks to a huge win against the Indian Trail Chiefs, winning by a final score of 37-6 on the road. Herbert Hoover also had a tough battle against Charlotte State, a former top 25 team that gave Herbert Hoover everything they could handle, but ultimately fell short. Herbert Hoover improves to 5-0, winning this game 23-15. In the meantime, another top 25 team that continues to climb in the rankings is the Hiawatha Chiefs, who now go to 5-0 thanks to their 23-12 victory against the Lincoln Fighting Salt to start Big North Conference play. DeKalb A&M also takes on an Eastern Pennsylvania team that was ranked in the top 15, but thanks to a bad loss, they fell out, and they'll continue to slide in the polls. DeKalb A&M takes care of business like they're supposed to do. They do win this game 22-13 and also improve to 5-0. The Madison Lakers also get revenge after being upset earlier this season by Central Tech. They flipped the table and upset a top 25 team in their own right, defeating the Iroquois Eagles, a fellow Big North opponent, 32-17 at home, a good win for the Lakers. Switching things up to the Super South Conference, UGBC takes their second loss of the season, but this time it's to a fellow Super South opponent, as they do what as Prairieville looked very impressive in this ball game, winning 37-6 at home. Speaking of impressive teams, Central Georgia A&M has really stepped up after taking a bad upset loss back in the inaugural week of the season. They're now on a 4-game winning streak, beating Bayou State 36-6. Bayou State now on a 2-game losing streak after starting the year 3-0. AJ Moore Academy will also get upset as the Cebayou Dream, 5-0 but yet still not ranked. They show why they should be a part of the top 25 as they beat AJ Moore Academy 23-10. So that will wrap up today's ACSA episode, and let me just say we have one more primetime game before we get into the weekly preview going into week 6. We're almost halfway through the season, and to cap off this great week that we have going so far, we have 2 top 10 teams from the Super South duking it out. The number 6 capital of Tennessee Bulldogs going on the road to play against the number 2 ranked team in the nation in the Mississippi A&M Vipers. It's going to be a really good game, so if you're excited for it, make sure you smash that like button, as well as hit subscribe if you do happen to be new. This is John J. Gaming on the mic, hoping you guys all have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.